I'm working on a dog and a cat portrait at the moment. So I'm just working on the dog. Last time I worked on it though was in the evening, so I just need to double check that everything is looking okay. So I'm working on the ear at the moment. Just marking out the lighter bits of the ear. I usually do the time-lapse videos because everything takes so long with this kind of art. Dog portraits. I'm really busy with the dog portraits and cat portraits things at the moment. Fully booked till April next year, but then I've also got a few bookings for later on in the year for special occasions in the summer, so it's getting really busy, which is really good. Thank you for everybody's support. I think that's about right. So yeah, I'm building up the lighter colours first, and then I'll go in with the darker ones. There's a bit of a smudge there. You can see it's quite hard to line the camera up. Don't have any fancy recording equipment. Never know, maybe in the future. This is the first live I've done in the studio. Well, studio stroke workroom. It's good practice for me though, because I'm supposed to be doing some demonstrations this year. There were supposed to be live demonstrations for local art groups, but obviously due to COVID, everything's all changed and been cancelled. So I always do an outline to my drawings, I sketch the outline, but then what's quite funny is I rub that out as I'm going along before I draw in any of the colour. It just helps me place things. I can hear a van. Sorry about that. I can hear a van and I'm waiting for a delivery today. Well, I've missed one delivery, which was my calendars. That always happens, doesn't it? I guarantee you get back just after they've been. I'm also getting the coasters delivered today as well. Oh, there is a delivery. Only. Sorry about that. Where's my coasters? And they've arrived in a humongous box, which is a bit worrying. Hope it's not full of coasters. I don't remember ordering that many. So I'm just building up this orangey section. Okay, the dogs. Delayed reaction. from them. So many different colours goes in to every section. Try and move the camera. It's closer up. There we go. You can see a bit better now. I hope everyone's enjoying this beautiful weather and had a nice weekend. We had a lovely weekend. Some of the kids' clubs are back on, so it was full of football, mountain biking, and all that sort of malarkey. So they're all enjoying life at the moment. And then I had to go and deliver some portraits, which I've been working on all summer. It was an order for 5 pet portraits. The order was placed last year. Due to the waiting list, they were penciled in for this summer. I've extended that down too much. Take that up a bit. I didn't think it looked right. Yeah, so that was really nice. It's really nice to meet them. And I met the dogs as well. 3 of the portraits were the dogs. There was a horse and a cat. And I got to see the dogs and meet them. It's so funny, I could recognise them all from their photos, and they're all so sweet, really well behaved. I was chilling outside the house when I got there. Always makes it a bit more special when I get to meet the pets. It's not essential that I get to meet the pets that I'm drawing. I can just work off the customer's own photos, but it is nice. It's always going to be nice. I can go out and help people with photos as well. I do that from time to time. Just because I know what it is I'm looking for in a reference photo. And sometimes it's quite hard to describe it and explain. So if it's somebody local, I can go out and give them a hand. Also better to have 2 hands because the pet will usually look at the owner. So if I can get them to stand behind me while I'm trying to take the photo, they usually can get the pet's attention. And then I get a much more natural pose for the picture. I might move on to the next orangey bit actually. I tend to do this with portraits. I do put in a light layer first and then build it up, but I don't do a light layer over the whole portrait. I tend to do 1 or 2 light layers to make sure I've got them positioned correctly. And then once I know I've got them positioned correctly, I can start adding the depth and the colour and just do it really gradually so I don't make any mistakes. I'm just going to indent the paper a little bit because there's a few stray white wispy hairs going into the coloured section. Never know if these videos go well, I might be able to add some onto YouTube. I hate being on camera though, hate it. Photos or videos. We won't watch this back. No. So I've added 2 lighter sections. One's the fluff on the ear, one's the fluff just underneath the chin. This is my reference photo. It's quite warm lighting because it's been taken inside. I do prefer photos taken outside because it's a more natural colour and you tend to see more detail. But as this photo was so detailed, I was happy to work from it. Sometimes I have to work from old photos if the pet's no longer with us, which obviously can't be helped. And I am happy to do that, and I usually can enhance photos in my drawings. And through doing this for so long now, you get to know how different breeds of dogs, what sort of shape their faces are, and what directions the fur lie in different animals on different types of coats. I see some are very smooth haired, and some are much wavier or curly. Oh, much needed coffee. And some, like boxers, have the really velvety noses. That's always fun. I like that. I like trying to capture that velvety texture. It's little things like that give you satisfaction in this sort of job. It's those challenges of trying to capture all the different textures, and if you get a new breed of dog that you've not done before, it's always nice to have a bit of a challenge, or a new animal. And so I do draw mainly the dogs, but I've got done quite a few horses now. A few cats, not so many cats. I know why. I've been asked to do some other more obscure animals as well, but no one has actually booked them yet. Been asked about guinea pigs and rabbits. I was asked about a tortoise as well this weekend. No, turtle. Turtle. My sister's got a tortoise. I'd quite like to draw him. Her. She's called Bob, but it's a her. I think that's getting the right shape now. You can see how slowly and delicately build these up. I'm a real stickler for detail. And all artists are perfectionists. So hopefully you get an idea. How many times I keep switching pencils. Of how I build it up. Create that texture. This little bit's quite difficult. There's this fur kind of crisscrossing over each other and going in different directions. Just trying to capture that. Lots of different colours, so warm. The colours in this. It's nice to work on something quite bold. There's got bold colours, the black and the orange. The cat is a beautifully coloured grey cat. So that's going to be different again. This will be different to working on all these bold colours and then getting to work on something a lot more delicate. The cat's eyes are quite interesting. Bright greens and bright blues. I love working on all eyes. Horses have beautiful eyes, especially if you can see their lovely long eyelashes. Right, so I think I'm going to have to cut this video now because it's been quite long and I'm just experimenting at the moment, but you get the idea of how that's building up. I've done the same year, but that will need building up a bit more, and then I'll fill in between those two sections. So thanks for joining me, and hopefully I'll get the confidence to do another video. Bye.